Not sure what to change the little puppets for Town of Nowhere. So I'm going to turn it to programming. Was it software and programming? All right, let me show you guys all the things that I need to work on real quick. Because there's a couple different angles on which we can attack what needs to be done today. So first thing that needs to be done, one of the things that needs to be done is in here, we need to make the game actually work. The other thing, okay, so there's two sections of the game. We've got the card thing, and then we've got the movement thing. The movement thing, also stream category, did I not change it? Yeah, that's right. So we need to work on the card thing, but also we need to work on this. So to make this happen, let me make a text document and we can make a list of all the things that we need to do. Okay, things we need to do. This is a top-down RPG, but in Godot. I want to do like pseudo top-down, which is like games where there's like a small amount of isometric nature to, like Link to the Past is one. You see how like there's like this or this, like there's a 3D, like everything has like this like light shift. Advice on pseudo top-down game. The main issue with doing this is well, it's not isometric, because isometric is this angle, right, where you get to see the left and right sides of a cube. This, you just get to see the top and one front, so it's a little bit different than isometric. Yeah, mode 7, I have no idea. So character graphics, decide on resolution using graphics, and fix card thing. Okay, so to go over everything, character graphics, like we're gonna basically, I'm gonna try and figure out how I want the graphics to be displayed in a way that is, I think someone said that there's a way in the preferences to not have it be tile based, because like the tile basing is kind of annoying as shit, I'll be real. Oh, huh. Also, I found out that in Mode 7 was a chip in some SNES games that lets you like stretch or rotate. Navigation, cell size. So my worry is that I make like a thing where so the advantage of doing a tile map is that you can just say every single pot has a hitbox. Like pots just have a hitbox. That tile of a pot always has a hitbox. But if I draw like the entire thing, like hand draw the entire world, then I have to come up with how, like, I have to tell every single portion of the game not to be... I know in RPG Maker you can make a single texture PNG as the background. And also I'm thinking, like, how big of an image can I load? Like, I mean, obviously it's only showing a small segment of it here. And this one? Because it's, you know, zoomed in. But, like, if I'm doing something that's twice the size of 1080p, like, that's a pretty big image. And so I figure that's probably one scene, or just gets unloaded once you walk outside of range of it. But holy shit, that's a lot, isn't it? There is a thing you can do with the 9 panels to, yeah, you can have it so that way, like, layers are above and below you. So you can do stuff like you can in Darkwood, where you can go under trees. I think that the graphics thing is something that I can just figure out on my own. I want to at least figure out what's wrong with... I think we fix example 1. All right, let me show you example 1. So example 1 is this card game thing. So let's just go through all the things that this does, and I need to probably get my notebook here in a minute, but we can worry about that in a second. The main issue that it seems to have, this example seems to have, is that it doesn't have a hand pile for your opponent. And I don't know where it discovered, where is that made? Look up symbol. Property descriptions. Okay. You probably want to draw the art of the tile sets, then create a custom tile to add details. Yeah, maybe like have like a tile that's like just a hitbox and make it invisible. A video recommendation for floor textures: draw fewer tiles by using a dual grid system. I do like that. That is a cool video. I watched that one. But that's not what I'm talking about. Because that is like draw less texture. I'm talking about I want to hand draw everything. Because I can make it look real neat if I do that. I assume that this game map is going to be relatively small. So I think that the map that I want to do is... I drew it on my thing, but it's basically like this. You got the lake in the center. Then you got a wall of trees here, right? And this wall of trees is going to keep you in all the way to here. In which case there is some water from a river, because I think bridges are neat. So we're gonna have a bridge here to get across the water from the river here, which is also the in and out of town, which explains why the rest of it is like this. The shop will be here, and then right next door almost is another house for the last person on the street. And then your house is here. So this is all trees, and in fact, this is all trees. That's river there, and then this is all trees here. This is river here, going to the lake here. But you don't actually get to see all of this or even all of this, it's gonna be like that is what's actually gonna get displayed in the blue here, where it's like that. So we basically don't need to go past this area here or this area here. So like the map doesn't need to be huge, but I don't know how big it's gonna be because I don't actually know. Basically, I don't know how big the character is, so I don't know how big the map is, so I don't know how fast he moves. So I don't know how big the map needs to be to determine how fast he moves. Right? So what do you guys want to work on? Do you want to make the walk around like actually interesting by doing art? I mean, that does look more visually interesting. Use some placeholders? We got placeholders. We got, you know, these guys. I guess I can just use these as placeholders in general in order to draw out the whole level. I'm just not sure, like, what resolution I'm allowed to do without it being a problem. Should I just try and load in a few really big... Have you ever seen or read courses on game development, or we learn indifferently? This is a placeholder, fella. 16:9 aspect ratio, and I want it to be half of 1080 by... So half of 1080p is what? Uh, 540 by 1080. And then do the resolution at 16 or 2600. So it's like 4 times better than it needs to be, but you're really zoomed in on it. 1920 by 1080p is 1080p. Right. So the pixels are going to be zoomed in to the point that they're 1080p. Yeah, I guess if I'm zooming in, yeah, I've just made a 1080p game. If the map is twice the resolution of the thing that we're taking half the resolution of, so twice the half is just the normal, which is just 1080p. Should I make my game in 1080p? Because that seems like probably a not good idea. Part of me just... Part of me wants to just do this myself. Like, make the code for the card stuff myself, but that just seems like a fucking bad idea. Where is the hand? Like, where does hand get defined? Front face, back face. Okay. Front facing string, back facing string is clicked, false is hovering. Get class. Set direction, facing up, facing down. Set function, disable if mouse is hovering. Engine is editor hint. Mouse entered on GUI. Check if card is in hand. Well, where did you define the idea of a hand? We're doing art. Like, I don't understand what this means, and to some degree, I think that might mean that I have to code this from scratch, and I really don't want to. Or I just continue reading this and try and make some heads or tails of what the fuck this is supposed to do. I mean, like, it seems like we've got a lot of things that don't... Hand pile updated. If hand pile find cards not equal to -1, hand pile erase card. Remove card from any piles. Oh, okay. They really should have added comments to this, yeah. I mean, that's a lot of it, is there is documentation down here. But, like... Card pile UI, data, drop zone, pile, hand pile. It's the hand pile. I mean, yeah, but where is that? Where have you defined hand pile? Type, name, default, description. Yeah, you don't... Guys, I think I have to code that from scratch. Because I don't know what the fuck that says. Alright, well, let's do some art then. So here's how I've been doing my character, because the perspective being slightly tilted, and because of the wobbles, having a base you understand is going to pay off in the long run. Yeah, I think so as well. Here's the Command and Conquer playlist. Let's get that going. And then switch accounts to this one for a sec. All right. Right, okay. So the way I've been doing this is I've been... You haven't lived until you've written documentation for someone else's shit they wrote like 30 years ago. Okay, cool. So we got this one back to the way it was.
No mercy. Mercy is for the weak.
Just in preparation. The aid of my secret weapon.
What is this, man? No mercy.
Just in preparation.
Let's see. I think we need to... And the front foot is going to be the one...
No mercy.
This song is so corny.
Mercy is for the weak. No mercy. Mercy is for the weak.
I want you to imagine a MagFest room filled with people fist pumping peace through power to this.
Just preparation.
Wow.
No longer will the world be dominated. The aid of my secret weapons. No longer will the world be dominated. By the legacy of these fools.
1, 2, 3. One. Oh. 1, 2, 3. And then duplicate. And then one is getting rotated forward a little bit. Right, okay, so when you walk, you dip to the side you're stepping on. So, right, okay, so that means that the first step needs to be taken this away. Stands are wild.
Now, what is your mission? We will stop them now.
I think that this guy actually needs to come in a bit. Where did he go? There he is. This guy needs to scoot over just a little bit.
Are we ready?
It's really nice to be able to just put boxes on screen and then know for a fact that I'm gonna have my anatomy right on this. I will probably bump this guy up a little bit. Not like that. Okay. You could not have... Yeah, I mean, but the vocals are good. Well, they're not good, but the vocals need to exist, right?
Are we ready? Now, what is your mission? We will stop them now. We will stop them now. Are we ready?
Okay. What? You're fine. Abby's complaining. Plebs never heard the version with the vocals. Oh, is this real art or is this I can't tell if what you just sent me is Oh, that looks like real art. Okay, cool. That is cool, man. All right. And then we're going to have his arms swinging, but like again, I'll probably draw that in a second. just do it up?
Just do it up. Just do it up. Just do it up. Just do it up.
I mean, we barely tilted it at this point.
Just do it up. Just do it up. Just do it up.
All right, so all of these need to be tilted 9. 1, 2, well, 9 ticks of the thing.
Let's get back to equal justice.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Repeat.
Let's get back to equal justice.
Increase fear and suspicion.
Repeat.
Increase fear and suspicion.
Just do it up.
Every encounter
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
is going to be much more difficult. Repeat. Gentlemen, this. Gentlemen, this. Gentlemen, this is about combat. Repeat. Gentlemen, this. Gentlemen, this. Gentlemen, this is about combat.
God, this was such a thing back in like this era.
Just do it up. 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 Just do it up.
Wow. Because I remember there was like a GoldenEye, or not GoldenEye, it was like sampling music or sampling shit like that was very common. 90s gaming vibe. Because I remember there's this one like really intense like remix of like Goldfinger, and it was like, "No, Mr. Bond, I expect you to die," and it was like this. Except for when it was, I don't know why they did that. And it was for like the official like James Bond soundtrack or whatever. Not like for any specific game or anything, but just like, you know. All right. This game came out in 95. Of course it'd have a 90s. Yeah. Yeah, it's okay. If it... What's the next one? In Trouble? Might get me in trouble. So how's Homestuck going? Jesus. Thank God I'm not reading Homestuck anymore. Not that it's a bad comic or anything, but just holy shit, it's a lot. I see that Homestuck 2 is still getting updates. It's remixed Top Gun clips. That might be an issue. I might have to skip that one. And then your arms, when you walk, you swing your arms opposite of the direction that your legs are going, and that's to counterbalance your movement. So a lot of words to say. You do that? A little bit, not a lot. but like when you walk, you shift your weight from one side to side. Like put one leg out and put one arm out as if you're gonna walk and see. Okay, hold on. Let me put it to you like this. What if I walk with my arms in my pocket? Okay, you guys are being... All right. When you walk, it's okay to walk with your finger or your hands in your pockets, because like you're still... But when you walk, normally you're like leggy, not the same one as the arm, right? It goes this leg. Like this, you know what I mean? Like that's how walking works. Yeah, your shoulders stay level and you counterbalance your movement with the legs. When I walk, I do the Macarena. You're just like down the street, like I don't remember how to do the Macarena. I'm not a true millennial. Why you bend your knees like that? Well, I realized that I could either goose step so you guys could see my knees, or I could walk like an asshole so you could see my knees. So I decided against goose stepping or showing you my feet. There were decisions being made.
It's not good. It doesn't look good. I'm losing control. I can't control it.
I'm gonna skip that one because it might give me copyright claims. You don't bend your knees at... How do you walk without bending your knees? Is that Michael Jackson? Why? Walk like a penguin. What? Why? I've never heard this song before, no. No, I didn't play Command & Conquer growing up. So this is all kind of a jump scare for me. How is this one step beyond penis music? Like, legitimately, what the fuck with that? I'm not sure if I need to do this or not. I'm pretty sure I don't. But just in case if I do. Okay. Well, that was an interesting song. Hopefully there's not any more weird shit like that. Which one is this? Tiberian Dawn Covert Ops expansion. In because I realized that can actually have real ones happen. What a shitpost of a song. Is the music too loud? Turn it down just a little bit? Okay, yeah. Okay. I should probably have like a background drawn in for yeah. All right. I don't think we need to have a we probably do need to have an animation. No listening to this on low volume. There you go. All right. Okay. And then we're going to select from like the here up. I think they're just going to be dark pits. I'm not too concerned about like making this guy look perfect right now because I'm going to come back and fix him later. But like, I just want to have something that looks vaguely right and we can just make it look prettier later. But I want him to be able to get where he needs to get in the game. Oh, no. We gotta... And that should be a little bouncy animation for him. And then we get rid of this. Nope. What layer is that? It's not on the guidelines layer. That's good. We can get rid of this layer now. And this layer. What's the name of this fella? I don't know. I don't have one yet. Okay. Oh, right. That was for me to be able to figure out angles and stuff. All right. So then now we're going to have to make... Actually, you know what we're going to do? We're going to go ahead and... in a vector layer, we're going to color in all of these guys with blue. Can I do that? Not really. It's gonna be awkward. Okay, now if I erase, are you gonna erase the blue bit, or are you gonna... Okay, got it. Understood. I want him to be a pure white fella for the most part. We can have some like grays and stuff. I think this is good enough to see if I can get a walk animation going and a bounce animation. He won't have an animation for going up and down. That's a little weird. We'll ignore that, I guess, for now. I just want to get something put into the game. But I was saying this earlier, yeah, just kind of in between paychecks. So I will come back to streaming new games once we get our next paycheck, or if the Communist Manifesto does really well. Make the mouth blue? Nah, we don't need a mouth. The what? The Communist Manifesto. Tommy Mommy Kami Adventure. How much will it be? $5, of which I get 75%? And if it makes 1,000, then they'll give me my $100 I spent on it back. So that's cool. $70%? Something like that. Peglin... God, everything's getting stealth drops today. Where did our last guy go? Where did he go? No interesting bounties? Not really. I can do a Black Myth Wukong one. Wukong's pretty good. I've heard good things. I have no idea where that fella went, so we're just gonna get him back by making a new one. I just, I don't know, I played Elden Ring, and Elden Ring fucking slapped, but people didn't want to stop by and watch that, so it's like, do I want to buy another game? Like, that people aren't going to probably be interested in? Like, that's not the kind of content y'all like from me, apparently. Testing Twitch Live using the Gray J Apo right now. Well, welcome, Anasi. Thank you for the 54 months of support. Yeah, they had a little bit of a kerfuffle when they were like, don't talk about feminism. Basically, they were just like, don't talk about anything that could be seen as controversial. Which is like very corporate. I don't think that it was like, we don't like those things, but I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention because, like, again, it just looked like kind of who gives a shit about this game. So I'm like really surprised to see that it is like this big game that everyone's like waiting for, and I'm like, this looks like shovelware that's been elevated. Don't mention Taiwan either. I mean, yeah, they're getting money from China, so they can't really talk too much shit. Like, I feel like I got a game like Black Myth 2 Wukong gifted to me. I guess you could pull it. No one's asking me to play it. I have no interest in playing it. I don't see a reason for a poll. He kind of reminds me of Glover. Oh, I see. He was slightly to the... No wonder he went missing. He was slightly to the left. Dude, I should not take... Alright, we get rid of the guideline wires and we get rid of the red background, then it should be good. Consider naming him the Globster. Oh, okay. The fact that no one else picked up on it means that I'm not totally insane. So here's hoping that you color inside the lines very well, sire. Yeah, I should probably just... You know what would be easier? What if I just did the outline and then paint bucket filled? Bop, bop. It's not really any faster. It's about the same amount of time. Yeah, and I don't blame you for that. And I think that's what it was it was like, I'm gonna get stuck grinding against a boss. And honestly, Rev, thank you for actually saying that. Sometimes I think that this community is a little too afraid to like hurt my feelings, and will be like, no, I love every game you play. And it's like, well, like, clearly not. Because you're not around. Like, but again, like, that's me to make it entertaining when I die repetitively to the same boss over and over again. I think also people are just, you know, getting ready to go back to school and shit. I don't know what program you're using. Wouldn't it be faster with the line tool? Maybe. It's kind of the same. And like, yeah, Souls-likes are also everything's a spoiler. Oh, I mean, auto-selecting lines, like, I guess I could do that. Also, there's like this line here that needs to go away forevers. This guy is gonna be very funky. Okay, this just gets him to walk in one direction, and it looks nice. Whoops, wrong layer. If I don't like the game, I'll just watch you in the background, and a lot of people do that. And I noticed that as well, is like, people will be here, but they won't want to chat because it's like not really anything worth talking about, which is kind of what's going on right now as well. They're gonna disappear partially during the walk cycle because they kind of like go into himself. He's got the Ultra PP strut from Invader Zim. Well, I'm gonna have to copy this and then like flip it. I've been watching some like other streamers recently, just seeing what everyone else is doing. Not talking myself because I don't want to overwhelm you with CSP stuff. Yeah. I see that too. But let's see. What did we do over the weekend? I played a game of Warhammer. Tried the Fellhammer Siege Host. It's bad. I thought I could, you know, because Thousand Suns are doing really good right now. That's what I was going to talk to you guys about. I was going to show you something. Let's watch this video until he tells me how bad my two factions are doing. Where is it? Where are you? Ah, Auspex Tactics. There you are. All right, well, it's the faction win rates. How are my factions doing? Well, let's go ahead and just skip all the way to where orcs start. Ah, here are the orcs. Win rate for Space Marines is currently, they're the second worst according to this. They are at a 41% win rate. Games Workshop wants to fix it. How much does a Warhammer cost a player nearly yearly? Depends on how many armies you want to buy. And how often you want to buy armies. I've bought pretty much everything I'm going to buy. and I would say I probably spent a couple thousand on it. Well, Space Marines, like generic Space Marines, are doing bad. They're 41% win rate. The bottom end of what GW thinks is okay is 45%.
Next up, we've got the horrendous fall of the Orcs, who seem to have been falling further since Barai Nexus went on, if anything. Just a 42% win rate now, a massive 13% less than they had from where they launched post-Codex, and haven't won any big events since the balance update, given that they won Games Workshop's Tacoma Open, and then the player that won that dropped from the event afterwards, given that he misplayed some rules in his favour. The amount of people playing the faction has also nosedived as well. At tournaments, they were the most played faction prior to the update, and now are only 15th out of 26, so far more middle of the pack. It really seems that the choice nerfs that Games Workshop handed them.
I mean, they're fucking ridiculous nerfs. All right, well, at least CSM is doing good, right? Oh, wait, no, they're at a 45% win ratio. Also bad. Renegade Raiders is good. Chaos Cult has some scary options, but man, that's crazy. Most games demand you buy new stuff. Well, the thing is, like, what's good changes, but like you just make sure that when you're buying stuff as a Warhammer player, you buy the essentials first. Your basic leader guy in a battle line unit. It's like War Boss and some boys, or maybe a Space Marine captain and some intercessors, or a Wayseer and some Guardians, or some Breachers and an Ethereal. That kind of shit. You buy that first, then you buy some transports, maybe. You buy like the ones that everyone always has, that everyone thinks are favorites. And then you buy what's good in your particular edition a bit, maybe. You get some jump pack. I think jump pack stuff, like something to go do actions real fast, like Storm Boys or whatever jetpack, Raptors. Is Warhammer dying? I don't think Warhammer's dying. It's pretty good right now, all things considered. It's just my specific factions I play are bad. So. My specific factions are not doing so hot right now. I need to turn this down a lot. Auspex Tactics is so quiet that you have to crank the audio just to hear him. The game's balance is in a weird spot, in my opinion, but that's largely because they invalidated a lot of playstyles. And then I don't know. It's just weird. It's just really weird what they're doing with the mechanics. Some of the stuff, are dwarves being used yet? You can play them. They're not particularly popular. I don't know where they're at on the win ratio. I think they're like middle of the pack, maybe middle lower. They're not a fairly new army, so like no one's or they're a fairly new army, so like people don't have much of a collection of them yet. And they really haven't had an edition where they did banger. So like no one's really gotten into them that deep yet, I feel like. This song was used in place of a song that was actually on the game track. That's so weird. Is the one that's missing any good? It's great. Inevitably, this is going to be one of those songs that like gets like where I have to remove it from the VOD. So if you wanted to listen to that one song from Command and Conquer, you had to like rip it yourself. because you wouldn't be able to get it on the OST disc. Also, the jams are quiet. I started getting recommended this one pirating subreddit. How is that allowed to exist on Reddit? Like, that's fucking wild to me, man. This is a cool little trick I learned with CSP. Oh, that's not gonna work? That's really weird. Was it pirating or was it pirate software? It was pirating, 100%. All right, and then flip horizontal. And now you can walk the other way too. Maybe we put them down here. Okay. Nice. Okay. All right. All right. Cool. So we moved that all down there. Just make sure that no one's foot is going into a tier below. Something wrong happened here. It's a little bit of an up and down. I think that if you don't like the fact that the internet's the way it is right now, I think you should probably make a website. I saw someone say that the other day and I was like, you know what, you're right, I should. Because, like, what? Is Twitter gonna be like, why does Twitter get the honor of being the place where you dump your stupid thoughts? You know? Like, I don't feel like that they should be allowed that. Like, they're not good enough to deserve that. I like the idea, but I don't have anything to share, really. Yeah, and websites are kind of expensive. I do like Wix, not sponsored. I pay them a lot. But it's, you know. All right, now we get rid of this and the guidelines, and we zoom out. YouTube is asking to be turned on. Sorry, YouTube, you were on. You were just behind things. You know how it be. If you made a whole lot of grid fellas, then you could make an album of them. I suppose so. To do this grid, I just made one in GIMP, so this should be right. Can I just add to this? Because I don't want it to be square. I actually don't even know if, like, I can do, like, canvas to... Okay, what if I get rid of the guidelines and then go image size? Oh, I see. I just want it to be... Can you not do that in this? Set the canvas size to the selected size? That's awkward. Maybe I have to do it based on an image layer size. So if it's got to be a layer size, then we just select... Has Pirate Software come back and said what the fuck he was talking about when he did that weird shit with him just being like, I don't want anything to do with Ross? Like, has he addressed that at all or no? All right, layer. All right, so maybe canvas. Crop. That's the word I'm looking for. He made 2 more videos, both are cringe. I watched one more. And it was still just kind of like, really, man? All right, export as a single layer PNG. Fella. Okay. I wonder if referencing the sprite sheets for Hollow Knight would be helpful. I mean, it would be, honestly. Games that have good sprite sheets are pretty helpful in that. I'm going to bring open Godot and see if I can get him in the game. He's going to be massive, by the way. Can I go look at player character? Put a resource file here. Okay, desktop. Where'd you put that? Bella test. As a texture 2D. How do we get back to that character scene? Player character? There he is. All right. Sprite. Well, what file type does this have to be? What are you looking for? New sprite frames. No, that's not it. Oh, okay. It wants a Godot. Yeah, it wants a PNG. I'm not sure how we got the fella set up in the first place. How did we get this guy loaded in here like this? Because this is like a full fucking guy, and that's not what I wanted. Oh, okay. Got it. Okay. Delete animation idle. Yes. Add fella test as a thing. Boop, boop, and boop. And then walking. Oh, we don't have to do it both ways because we already have it where it just flips the sprite. Hopefully this works. Oh, hello. I stretched out the guy a bit. Yeah, a lot, actually. Camera. Zoom. Oh, okay. We want this number to be smaller. What do you call capitalism in game? You don't? What kind of game is this going to be? It's going to be Animal Crossing Slay the Spire Pathologic. All right, so fishing / dating sim. All right, here's one of the most important things that I need to do. Also, all right, in collision shape, I think that we want to... Yeah, we're not doing the philosopher dating one yet. I'll move the order again in a second. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter since the collision shape doesn't actually have a... Yeah, that should be fine. All right, and then camera... All right. I forgot all who we said was going to be in the game, but we'll see on whether or not we're actually going to do the game or not as well. Very much dependent on how this next thing goes. Select none, and then new layer, paste. Because this amount of room around the fella feels like a good amount. So if I make the areas... I'm gonna draw a little thing here. And this is going to be like one of the most important elements that I create. Select shrink selection area by 5. Delete. And then right, this is like rostered or something, so I can't actually do anything with it. Cut? No, I can. I just already had it selected. Okay, cool. Then we're gonna do this. Cut and paste. Alright, so now we have a fella with the area around him selected. So this is the scale at which the fella is going to be. Now we need to resize the fella so that way he is the same size as these things. But you see, if I do this, then I can just draw little segments at a time in the blue. So now, if we scale this thing up, Bella scaling. We're gonna use him as a size guide. I did notice that his walking animation plays when he's going up and down as well. I think that means that in order for it to look right, I need to have a separate animation. That's something I have to change with the code for the character himself, I think. I think I've done something weird to the character model because he's not the same size, right? Like he's too wide? I think it comes from me messing with the size of the sprite. Is there a way to like go back to default size for it? No. And like, there's no way to know if I've stretched it outside of like anywhere close to what's right. Or just remove the animation that applies on that axis. Yeah, I mean, I need an animation for that, then in the other axis as well. It's under transform. Ah. Thank you. That was exactly what I was looking for.
Détruire tout. C'est une obligation. Détruire tout. C'est une obligation.
Yeah, the other transform is that it's off by 60 pixels. Hey, welcome back. Resets them to default values. Perfect. He looks so crusty.
Détruire tout. C'est une obligation. Détruire tout. C'est une obligation.
I don't think his animation needs to be quite that fast. I guess I should have something that's like while nothing is happening, have like one of those like cool little animations you see after not doing anything for like half an hour in game. Actually, I think I do want to see the collision sprite. Okay. Yeah, we're going to take a screenshot of this and then Control Z it so that way it goes back the way it was. And then we save it. Print screen?
Retreat 2. C'est une obligation.
Select, invert select area, delete. Select, invert area. Can I just do this number? And maybe just select all the gray? Yeah, there we go.
C'est une obligation.
All right, so now we put him over here, and he should scale properly. I think if I put it right here and then extend, it should be good. Okay, cool. I finally made the tool for myself. There we go. This is now my map maker tool. And we can see, so I'm gonna mute the music for a second to explain myself a little. All right, so the idea I have as far as like design is that I want every like screen to be like based around certain good elements. And so rather than having this screen just be everything, we're gonna make sure that this area that the fella is going to be in, and we can just drag him around to use him as like a reference, but this is how much the player sees at any given time, and this is the size of the character given that. So like if we want to do like, I think that we should do the area, it's paused, there's a, I think that we just work on like his home area. Actually, you know what we do instead? I need to figure out how far is too far. Like, how big should this map be? I hope you realize that 20 years ago, the work you have already done would have been years of education plus 6 months of hard coding. Having a window to scale the guy is good. Yeah. Especially because, like, I mean, we've got the grid, and so the grid will tell us how big each tile is. Now, there is a way to do it where I don't have to do it tile-based, but I don't remember how I do that. Tile map layer. Maybe instead of a tile map layer, it's got to be a new node? What kind of node would that be? What am I... Okay, let's get the music back. Map? Tile map layer, animated sprite, node 3D. Image? Okay. What am I looking to do? So right now I've got to do this by add a sprite 2D. Is that really how people do backgrounds? I mean, that might work. Here, let's make a new thing. It's going to be a 2D scene, and this is going to be called main 2. And it'll be main 1 if we decide that we want to get rid of it. We'll probably just bash the files into main 1. Add child node. And then you're saying 2D sprite? Sprite 2D. Create. General purpose sprite. Texture. New atlas texture? What is an atlas texture? A texture that crops out a part of another texture 2D. Huh. Canvas layer might work as a background. Oh. Like the instead of it being gray. Atlas is an image, but it only shows a subsection of it at a time. That could be helpful. New viewport, new canvas texture. Used for 2D renderings, normal and specular map. Okay, so I think it's that. And then how do I give you this texture? Normal map, texture, load. We got the dock for it. Okay. Let's do it where it's like, let's just add something to this scene real quick. Easy enough. How about we just keep the paper background? We get rid of that. We get rid of this. Then we make a new layer. We're gonna just draw like a shitty map. This is the worst map possible. We're just gonna make what is functionally probably what the level looks like, give or take. And then we got trees, trees, trees over here. There's gotta be at least one fella. I need to make it so that way the fella cannot walk past the trees. So that means that wherever the fella is, he cannot go far enough to make that okay, so here is probably where I want him to be able to go to the maximum extent. Which means that the tree needs to start here. And this guy going all the way, I mean, like, there's not any more over that he can go. Because if he goes over anymore, then we'll start going off the map. Didn't realize that this game is 2D. Yeah, it's going to be 2D and somewhat top-down. All right, and then the bridge is here, and your house is here. Wait, the bridge needs to be going this way, right? That's how bridges work. Okay, welcome to the shittiest map ever. But it already is telling me that I don't have enough room for this, I think is what I'm seeing here. But I'm gonna save this and then load this despite the fella tester. All right. Export PNG into no fish files. Okay. Okay. So this is a massive image. Load. And then oh, right. I got to do import fellatest.png. Cool. So it's a where? Did I do it backwards? What? Will there be fish and no fish? I mean, I don't want to spoil it. Visibility on, modulate, texture, inherit. Huh. Scene, sprite, texture, load. There? Oh! Oh. Huh. Okay. Let's get rid of main 2. Yeah. We don't need this. All right. So to do this the way I want to do it, then it's add child node, sprite, and we just drag this in here. I don't think that's right. Turn that off, put that in there. Is that going to work? Can I just put this here? Can I put that? Oh. Okay. Create child node, sprite TD. Jesus fuck. All right. All right. Play scene. Where did I put the... Ah, here's the bridge. How many of these do you think it should be? Like, I think that we could double the size of this thing and I'd be pretty happy. These sprites are great. They're very jank. They're picking up a little bit from the layers above them. He's kind of got a Domo-kun vibe. Yeah. Domo-kun is actually old enough that, like, people may not be aware of his existence, which is frightening to me. The movement's fine. Okay, so... And we can offset it based on where we want him to start. You started game development how long ago? Like a month? That's a lot. It is. It is. I think I should make this in... maybe 4? I think 2. Okay, so we definitely get rid of this. And now we can just do art. So, let's maybe sketch out where I want things done. If you make this twice as big, it's more places right. So I'm a little worried about seam lines. Do scenes. So I want to have house, town, fishing as different scenes. Don't make it too big so it's boring or frustrating to traverse. Why don't we just get, like, this area okay? Alright, I need to make this guy locked. What the fuck is this music? Alright, let's sketch out where we want things. So, we have to have at least this much tree to prevent the player from going over here. In fact, let's have a little bit more just in case. A bit loud is what it is. I can turn it down some. Actually, let's move the fella tester to the other side, because I really want to start with... Alright, so we get rid of that. Alright, and then I'm going to draw a line straight through this fella right here. And right here. So if you somehow go here... I don't want them to see the gray. So if I make it so that way, it's impossible to be in a position where you could even begin to see the borders. Then we're good. That is on the wrong layer. That's why I wanted to lock that layer. Lock. Okay. Good. Oh. Alright, so that's where the trees have to be, or at least where the borders of the level have to be. This could be the water right here. And then this could be... It's really hard for me to conceptualize how this needs to work. Okay, so let's start off with like okay, so that's the wrongest way of doing this. Let's just do a drop fill, and then we're gonna have another layer on top of this, and we gotta get some like grass, like tree color. And now we're doing the paintbrush. Palette knife, rough brush, perfect. We get all these trees added in, like so. I'm making a fishing game with no fish in it. Yes. I don't know what color to make the water because it's not really blue, but we'll go with blue for now as like a... What kind of fishing? It's gonna be mechanically go fish, but... I want the level to look painterly. Do a rough indicator of where we are for now. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to make a perfect version of it just yet. But if I wanted to do like if I want this to be grass here, placeholders do exist. Exactly. So, I mean, like, this could just be the house area, right? But I want to see how big the house area feels with... And then I'm just going to draw the shit house, like, house. If there's no fish, what are you fishing? That's a great question. What are you fishing? All right, export single image, PNG. Test. Yep. Okay. Okay. Oh, interesting. It's got like this old version of test. Oh. Okay. So every time I update this, I won't have to... All right, let's try it. And the intention is you won't be able to go past the black lines. I feel like you should be able to be here and get to the water. I think that's... So I think I want it half as big. Based on, like... Okay, so what if I did that? What if I just, like... Transform, scale, 0.5. All right, you go in your house, you do your house things, then you come out of your house and you're like, I need to go fishing. So you walk all the way over here and you go fishing. That feels like a good amount of time to like walk to get to fishing. Okay, so the distance between my house and the water is half as big as the level is right now. So then that means that if I want to add water, I'm adding it here. Here. So like all the way to like there-ish is water. And that does mean that we got some room over here where nothing's happening, but that's okay. I want like a brown maybe for like okay, cool. That yeah, people don't like write riffs like that anymore. All right, so then if I do this, if I drag this here, does this just update it? Ah, it does. And then we do, so we gotta delete that, then reopen it. The brushwork looks nice this close? I don't think so. Not really. I'm just kind of like throwing in random shit for now, and we'll make it look pretty in a minute. Again, placeholder graphics. But we get the general idea that like this is a good scale, I think. I like the scuffedness of it. Yeah, I think that we could do like a little path and stuff. I'm trying to think of, okay, so this image is already massive resolution-wise. If I wanted to make a world map, all right, so I can clearly just add, if I want this to be like one section of the world like this, I could probably just add a couple more around the edge. So I think it's going to be, I mean, if this is the scale, right? So I think, okay. I think it's going to be, let me go get my sketchbook. You might want to look into using a separate scene and doing a transition between the house here and the town. Yeah. Okay, so like, I was gonna get up and go get my sketchbook, but like, this is currently just showing this area, right? So we have one that's stacked up on top of it, the bridge, and then... So we've got this area, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we gotta have 4 areas. More? So we gotta make 4 more areas that are this size. Okay, those lines can stay. Godot can import a single image as long as it's less than 16384 by that. Yeah, but I'd have to make an image that's that big. All right, I want to try something as well. I want to, what if I made this canvas smaller? Yeah, new challenge, make an image that big. I don't think I want to. If I make the image itself 1080p, is that going to be okay? Because then I could do it with like 2 images instead of 3 or 5. Separate scenes would probably be smarter. So I should still do them as separate ones. Yeah, I think so. Let's make some more shitty version ones. And the thing is, there's like there's a type of zone that once you hit it, separate the scenes if you want it to be a bit leaner. I was just trying to figure out where the line is on that, and the line seems fairly early. I'm gonna duplicate this layer and then just like... Oh, that's weird. Hold on. Well, if it's going to be separate scenes, then they don't really need to connect perfectly. This would be better in terms of optimization. Right. Okay, so now I know where this one ends, so I can figure out what I want to have going this way. Is that... So I'm making tiles, but the tiles are just massive, I think is what I've done. If you want a world to be seamless, you just have to have it where the game only has adjacent map pieces loaded. Yeah, that might be a trick. Right, and that's going to be connected up with the square below me. So I kind of want them overlaying each other a bit. As long as the guy can never get to the line, we're fine. When he can touch the line, it's bad news bears. All right, export image, PNG. 2. Okay. A little scared of the file sizes here. All right, and then right. There's a lot of wasted space on here. There's a type of image that, I mean, we can just make it where it just literally just turns off the visibility of a sprite, right? Minimize that, bring that up. Can't CSP compress them? Well, the real issue is that it's going to be just kind of massive regardless. Yeah, you can either do sprite equals visible or sprite show. So, right. So I just have boundary lines. So we can make it where you can walk the entire distance of the map and without having to do anything, but we just have little tiny loading zones that are at these intersections here that load the area like 1 or 2 away from you. And then it'll work. It's either that or make a tile map, and I don't really want to make a tile map. I don't think that we need to have the... grinder. Chat is now jamming. That rat hyper is an emote that for anyone who's on After Hours. What extension do you use for extra emotes? Better Twitch TV and 7 something. I forgot what it's called. All right, expert as a single 3. Okay. This is a problem that I need to solve in engine rather than out of engine because I don't know how it works. Sprite 2D. Is there an extension that supports all 3? I don't know. I don't think so. Region enabled. I think that's like a thing that I need to do as well. Also, how are the audio levels? How's your code? Shit. All right, and then we gotta add this one to this. Oh, that's weird. I see. So we are wasting a bit of space there on the edges. It was a bit crusty. That song was just a little bit crusty. Near house. Right corner. Child node. There's no remaster of it yet? There's not gonna be. It's fucking EA now, right? EA doesn't give a shit, I'm sorry. I see. So how do I move this around? Is it this? Okay, it's that. All right. I hate how much space the trees take up. Because it's gonna make it so that way this is so out of alignment. I don't want to make copies of things because that's just gonna lead to problems. These are not overlaying on each other. Okay, cool. I think we can find the exact pixel using math, but that would be hard. Have you ever thought of adding ducking to background audio, like for stream purposes or for the game? Because the inside of the lake doesn't actually need to have... I hadn't thought of that. I mean, that might be an idea. I think we can get rid of terrain at all. Can I delete this? Looks like it. All right, cool. And then we need to add another child. And this will be another sprite. This one will be called left. Oh. Sprite 2D. Shop. Area. How about near shop? Near shop. Mike does it so you could consult him. It's pretty neat that that's a feature that OBS does. And then one more sprite, add child node, add left side. I'm actually just gonna use this one for left side. And it'll be facing the wrong way, but whatever for a minute. I just want to see how long it takes to travel all the way the fuck around the map. Because that's going to be a thing that players have to do often. You know what I could do, actually? I'm gonna have scene transitions on entering and exiting buildings, but the rest of it will be fairly seamless. It depends on how much that's gonna fuck with things. I mean, I also just want to see if this bricks my computer to do. Alright. Hey, Android, how you doing? I'm about to brick my computer. Watch this shit. Okay, it's not that chunky. Without landmarks, this feels very far. I'm cutting a corner here, so I shouldn't. How does that feel as a distance? Yeah, I mean, the eye can't. I mean, this looks like ass, like intentionally so. I think so. This is going to be the entire game world functionally. Is everything that we just ran past. Well, it's mainly that each one of these images is twice the size of my monitor.
Meltdown averted. Have a nice day.
I just had another idea. Images are small beans comparatively. Really? I figured that would be, I mean, like, This image is 182 kilobytes. Like these blank ones. The ones that actually have shit on them are like almost 8 megs. So 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 16, 16, 32 plus 8, 40. 40 megs of map. I mean, I guess compared to like Skyrim's map, that's nothing. Eight entire megs, but isn't 8 megs going to be like, what's the discussion about? I'm trying to decide the scale of my world. Game texture massive today. Yeah, but I don't want to be that asshole. When the game is running, okay, hold on. Let's try this. When the game is running, click the debugger at the bottom. Errors? Okay, whatever. FPS, okay. Oh, okay, so it's not eating everything. Video memory is using... Are those millibytes? Megabits. Why is it MIB though? Wouldn't it be MB for megabytes? We can teach Rev to leak memory a little as a treat. Yeah, I'd rather not. Megabytes and megabits and megabytes are different things. Oh, that was a dyslexia moment. So that is a megabit, not a megabyte, because there's 1,000 bits in a byte. So a megabit would be 1,000 megabytes. Roughly. Okay. Metabyte. I see. Huh. Okay. In here, I'm going to, how about this? Instead of doing it the way I've been doing it, I'm gonna draw where everything needs to go in a slightly different way. Okay, so let's draw it as if this is actually what the world's supposed to look like. So we got house. I think I just figured out a better way of figuring out scale. Perfect. Okay. I need to add something that just lets us know that we're making progress moving. Let's just add some like color to make it a little less droll to walk through. Ooh, neon. That hurts. Miku-ify it. All right. Graphic design in my challenge. In my passion. Test map. Is this the OG version of No Mercy? It says it's a remix. Is this real gameplay graphics? It's not. No. These are placeholder graphics until I can figure out how to make it work right. I'm gonna add one more sprite. And this sprite, we are going to add that random file that I just made. Oh, I'm still running the game. I should probably not do that. Testmap.png. Are you adding a controversial no Russian level so you can get free media publicity? God. Having to explain no, like, that game to my wife, not the best. All right, this is roughly the size of the game world. So we go out on our little dock here. I think it could extend a little further out, but sure. We got our little house. We can climb in our house here. We need to move the house up a little bit. Where the fuck is the... Oh my god. Okay, no, I don't think that it needs to be that big. Let's try making it this big now. All right, so we run out onto our dock like so. And then we come back in. One great way of limiting memory usage is by using tile maps. Yeah, but I don't like the way that it looks. Here's the bridge. We walk across the bridge, then we come down this way. I might make a layer that's just like, for the trees, like that are off map. Because I'm wasting like so much space here, having to like dedicate some to tree. Does this world seem to... I mean, without anything in it, this world seems really big. But how big is this? So this is currently roughly twice as big as we have it. Interesting. There's gonna be a layer for tree canopy as well, yeah. How many buildings are you adding? There's gonna be 6 characters, one of which lives with you. And one of which is you, so I guess 7 characters. So there's gonna be your house and 5 others. So maybe we just draw where those 5 houses are gonna be. I think it's just that there's so much room between here and there. So there's going to be 4 houses that aren't your own. So we can bring this one house up a bit. And I think we could probably bring these guys in and down a bit. Let me have like a tan layer for the road, so I just can find it later. Again, I know it looks like dick. We're really not trying too hard here right now. We're just trying to make sure we get the scale of everything right. Because if it takes too long to walk somewhere, it's just going to be, like, annoying as shit. Don't get too eager to change your placeholders. Your ideas will continue to evolve, especially once you start coding. Yeah. Is there a way to, not really, no. All right, let's give this one a go. See what you guys think of this level. All right, so we got our path, we got the little area you walk out onto, and then you got your path, and you walk this path. Godot has to have an auto way of doing it. Like, there can't not be. I think the bridge can be skinnier. Depending on how you look at it, it looks like he's moonwalking. Yeah, it's a little fucky right now. Okay, I think that this map size is good. So, the correct map size is... Well, I mean, we can actually look. Transform. It's currently scaled to 2 times its size. Yeah. Okay, so it's 2 times its size, which means that if I up the size of this placeholder. Don't like starting in the water here, but that's okay.
Time for a little 5-finger discount.
It doesn't really have to have that much more tree in order for me to not be... I mean, tree would have to go to here.
Battle control terminated.
There's so much dead area that's being used as empty water in the middle.
Training. Upgrade complete.
Yeah, attempting to make a video game that's not a shitpost for once. Well, okay, so here's my philosophy upon there being a sprint button. I think that you should feel like you're moving fast enough without needing a sprint. You say for once as if you've... Well, 100% of the games that I've released have been shitposts.
When you kill 10 million, it is a statistic. Shake it, baby!
Okay, right. So we just want to have... What are you, first off? You are... This? Why even have a slower walking speed? So if this walking speed isn't fast enough, which, like, tell me right now if it's not. It came from Red Alert. Did you know if you had distortion, this sounds like... Surf music is just black metal that is in major key and non-distorted. The music's kind of fighting your voice. Well, let's talk about it real quick. Do you guys feel like that this is too slow? I think I could go like 50% faster. Because there's nothing to do here until there. You could add a run button again. Feels a little slow. Okay. Let's So if I want to increase the speed by 50%, yeah, I think 50% faster is going to be enough. 375. Oh. Cranking the camera out would be a good move too. Well, I'd like for there to be stuff in between here and there. We could zoom the camera out a bit. Is that going to make it closer or further away? All right, so this needs to be 0.5 then. I always forget that I need to be set on this one. So this feels too far out. Let's cut the difference there a bit. So how about it's at 75% zoom. You can add an H slider node to your scene to tweak the player character. Oh, interesting. I'm not used to Godot at all. How's the fishing going? Haven't even started trying to program that. Will you be revisiting Satisfactory in a couple weeks when it drops? Maybe. If y'all want. Camera and speed feels a little bit better now. What do you guys think? Do you like this speed and all that? Because, like, this is the furthest point of the level that is, like, functionally necessary, is to go here. Most of the time, you won't need to. And then you go all the way back. Oh, do a timer to figure out how long it takes to go from there to there? All right, let's say you exit your house here. And then we add a timer. This guy is weird. All right, timer. Where are you at? Go to bed at 7. Oh, at 10 to get up at 7. It's all right. Stopwatch. Go. You could visit friends. At that house there. You can visit the friends along the way there. And then last guy, stop. It's about 30 seconds to cross the game world. I think that'll be fine, man. So in other words... Oh, yeah, I love it too, really. Like, I think that everyone being supportive of me is really allowing me to actually, like, go the 9 yards and actually do this shit. So I just want to thank you guys for actually being cool. It is a small chat. Someday you guys will be the guys that were here before it all happened. Are these going to be drawings or is this going to be a tile set? This is going to be, like, 4 big drawings, roughly. 4. All right, so now we scale this image. Scale ratio. Oh, okay, cool. So why I've done this is going to be... No, where is the fella tester? There's the fella tester. Okay, so the fella tester... needs to go right into here. And then this needs to go... there. Because we can actually just cut out all of this water over here. And all this grass, or all this tree over here. This is not the right size for the fella anymore. God damn it. Yeah, I think I've got y'all categorized as friends in my folders and my brain juice as well. Paste. Select invert, delete, zoom in. Fella tester, you are no more. Welcome, fella tester. Not to be parasocial, but yeah, I consider you guys friends as well. So it like hurts when you guys are having a bad day. And I want things to be nice for you. It's really weird. I zoomed out, but now there's more tree room? Huh. I think we just make the tree go a little bit further. But what's cool about this is now we have like a shitty version of what the map should look like. So like I haven't escaped FL yet, but my tits are coming in nicely, so I have that going for me. Congrats! Some people get weird tits. Like some people are born with weird tits. So like being able to like see good titty come together, it's important. Are you happy when peeps are having a great day? Because I'm having a great day. I am, yeah. Okay, so fella tester, you can go over just a little bit more, and I think that's the edges of the fella. So now we can lower the opacity of this. And we want to just lock this into the corner whenever we draw with it. And then we just draw the better version of this on top of this, and then we remove it. So, like, I know this is going to be trees here, and this is going to be path here. So, like, we just, you know. This looks very fecal. Yeah, it kind of does, doesn't it? All right. Wife just got home, so I will be stopping here in a moment. You ever thought about how you would feel if you had massive bazonkas? No, but I'll think about it for your sake. I think that it would be fairly annoying. Am I going to end stream soon? I think I have to. Also, thank you, Aggie Wag, for supporting me on Patreon. Recognize that name. A lot of people are switching over to Patreon, and I think that's probably the correct answer. I'll be real with y'all. So, we just got to make sure that the trees are going to cover all this. And then we got some water for... What did Kofi do? Nothing. Kofi's fine. It's Twitch that's the problem. Yeah. People are switching from Patreon to Twitch. And that actually does help quite a bit. Yeah, they're bringing the bundle price down to what it was, which is like, I don't know how to tell you this, Twitch, but do you realize you've just made it not a sale anymore? You've just made it the same shit, but now you have to pay more? Like, I don't understand what you're trying to do here. You said it backwards? I say things backwards all the time. Apologies. It's definitely back. Do you think it's backpedaling or just like fucking up? Because I'm not sure at this point. But this is so important, this thing that I've just made here. This little like template, because this is a thing that we can work on that will be fun to work on together. %, they saw a massive dip in, I mean, yeah, because probably every other streamer's doing what I'm doing and just going, guys, if you can't support me anymore on Twitch, you could just support me on Patreon instead. And it's true. You could. Oh, you're Dragon. Okay. Yeah. Was I mispronouncing your name for the better part of maybe a year or so? Or however long you were okay. Because I was pronouncing it Dragon. And then my wife was like, "Are you sure it's not Dragon?" And I'm like, oh. All right. And then we need the docks, and the docks are going to be like kind of a gray. Oh, not that big. All right, so I can like definitely work with this. I get rid of the fella tester for a minute, and then yeah. No way to say, no one says my name wrong. Do you always scream loud, ants loud enough? I don't, no. I also feel like I might have put ants in a weird position. That, like, people are gonna freak out if, like, he's ever not on there. So, like, he has to permanently sub to me, and I feel like that's a problem. It's, like, not fair to him either. Or them, I actually don't know. All right, cool. Who the fuck is ants? They're a regular sub of mine on patreon.com/RevScarecrow. And their name is all in caps, so I pronounced their name ants. Like screaming it ever since. Always give ants the shout out regardless of the pay set. I mean, honestly, probably. Oh, that looks like it hurts. Yeah. It's like breaking out? Hmm. That might be worth contacting them about. She got a shot yesterday, I want to say. And I guess it gave her a rash or a mark. Well, she'll be fine. Your arm? Oh, that's unfortunate. I'll have to cut the whole thing off? I see. She says we're not going to be able to fix it, guys. We're going to just have to cut the whole fucking thing off. Yeah, we're going to have to cut it off and start over. I hope that she starts feeling better to get better soon. I'm sure she will. Thank you, though. Oh, this is going to be so cool. Okay, so the other thing that this needs to happen when I work on this way is that I need to bring up the fella tester. And actually, when I'm drawing this, I need to be drawing at... So, like, there's a thing with art that, like, people draw at different, you know, distances from the canvas. So I want to draw at the distance from the canvas that the player will see, you know? Because drawing at the size that I was just drawing at makes no sense. But now, if we bring up the fella tester and we go, okay, well, we want his house to be around here-ish. And we can just go ahead and draw his house here. Fella vision. We get a scale for like the fella. We get the size of the place that he's gonna have, so we can make sure that we make the doorway big enough for him and such. So we're gonna make like a house here. And it doesn't actually have to be that big, because I mean it's like, but I might go with like a thatch or like a this kind of thing. And then we go with like maybe, I don't know, whatever. We do have to keep perspective in mind this whole time, which is weird. So this is the way we're going to be drawing it from here on out. Should the fella have an HST in the final version? What's an HST? Heterosexual, transsexual. So I'm making them fellas, that way I don't have to give a shit about like what they look like or who they are or any of that shit. And they're just fellas. So you can have your own canon beliefs for stuff a little easier and also spend a little less time with that. Their sex and gender are fella. Exactly. Exactly. Anyway, I could actually like maybe paint this where it looks good at some point and then, but you see the idea. But then when we zoom out, wow, it's just a tiny little corner of this giant map. So that's how I'm going to end up having to do this, is like by fella tester air. I just drew that entire thing in the fella tester area. Okay. It's all right. This is my tech. You'll be fishing from the docks most of the time. So this will give me something to work on Other times, all right. So that is one of the things. There is an unlockable boat. It'll be just a later upgrade. All right, things that we need to do. I didn't save things we need to do, so character graphics good enough. Decide on the resolution using graphics. Fix the card thing is the only thing we haven't done. So I didn't save this text document. It's fine. Don't worry about it. But yeah, let me check and see if there's any art, and if there is, we'll look at it. And if there's not, we won't. We can work on the card thing for the next stream, and we can do a little art streams where we just work on maybe a fella's house every now and then. Should be good. Let's see. Let me see if there's any art. Don't imagine there is, but Rev Fart. Let me check the Discord. Nothing on there, and so that means that we're going to go ahead and raid someone. Who we're going to raid, I don't know. We will raid on our way out. Twitch.tv/who's live. Looks like Fred is. Let's raid Fred. Giga doesn't have it where I can raid her right now. Unless if she changed things. Alright. Raiding Fred. There we are. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys in the next one.